Welcome back, fam. I'm down to Crypto TA, and this is Take Five here on the Coin King channel. I have 5 minutes or less to break down one chart and give you all the information you need to know to play that chart to the best of your ability. Now, Trump announced plans for 100% tariff on Chinese imports, plus tighter export controls on rare earth materials and software that trigger a classic risk-off move. Gold ended up spiking to above 4,300 while equities wobbled, and then just a day later, Trump softened his stance, stating that the tariffs on China, 100% tariffs, that just wasn't going to be sustainable. That hinted at a de-escalation. It firmed the dollar. It cooled fear sentiment, and that sparked a pullback in gold. So we know that the sell-off in gold wasn't weakness in the metal; it was just a reaction to the shifting rhetoric around gold. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. I'm going to take us over here to the daily time frame. Here on the daily time frame, you can actually see that price action is within an ascending broadening formation. We have higher highs, higher lows, and widening volatility. And this is where I like to actually bring in the Bollinger Bands here. So on the daily, you can see that price is holding within standard deviation 1 and standard deviation 2, not breaking below, not breaking above necessarily, and that shows that the that gold has a strong momentum zone. It's moving in harmony with volatility and not against it. Usually you'll only see like a breach of the standard deviation 2 up here when the market's exhausted or it's euphoric, but right now we're seeing contained strength that suggests the uptrend remains healthy. Now on the 4-hour time frame, I'm using the 10, the 26, and the 60 EMA. So gold tends to ride above the 10 EMA during rallies, and then it'll retest the 26 EMA for those minor corrections. And the most recent move here, you can see above our 10 EMA down here into our 26 EMA. That also coincided with a bounce from the golden pocket zone. Now that kind of reaction usually signals that bulls are still in control as long as the price remains above this 26 EMA or continues to respect this 26 EMA. We have no reason to assume that we have a change in behavior in the price of gold. So dropping down here to the 15-minute time frame. On the 15-minute chart, the setup is pretty tight. I pointed out 3 levels during the Friday's live stream. I pointed out 4303, 4255, and 4202. Price respected the lower level in here. That level also happened to line up with the golden pocket retracement. So we have that, and we also, again, have that 26 EMA there. All right. So it ended up building out an inverse head and shoulders right through here. And the neckline has already been broken. So inverse head and shoulder, neckline has already been broken, confirming this pattern here. And we're sitting close to the 4255 level that we mentioned on Friday. Now, here, we're going to look for price to break above this 4255. What we also have is compression here from the Bollinger Bands. Inverse head and shoulder compression here, break above 4255, and a measured move that is going to take us up here towards the 4303 where the next golden pocket lines up. That's going to be your near-term upside target. Okay, so to wrap things up right here, if gold price breaks above this golden pocket, then there's going to be a chance that we see gold's price back at the highs, even continuing that move further up. It is still trading inside of the standard deviation 1 on the daily Bollinger Band, showing sustained momentum. Watch those levels that I mentioned here for you. Watch the levels that I mentioned here, and that's pretty much going to sum things up. If price starts to break below that 20 SMA and that lower trend line of that wedge, that's when things start to shift, and we can say that there is a ton of weakness here in the price of gold. All right. If you found that information helpful, please be sure to hit that like button. Drop me a comment. Let me know that you enjoy this kind of content. Be sure to subscribe to the Coin King channel, and I will see you in the next Take 5.